Have you ever wondered why some people, even those born into poverty, manage to build empires while others spend their entire lives struggling just to pay the bills? Today, I'm going to tell you what one of the richest and most visionary men in the world, Elon Musk, would say to you, a father, a mother, someone drowning in debt, if he was sitting right in front of you. This video isn't fiction. It's about opening your eyes to a new way of seeing money and life itself. If you watch until the end, you'll understand how to change your financial reality without ever needing to win the lottery. The transformation starts today. And before we move on, do one simple thing that could change everything. Grab a pen and paper, turn off all distractions, and commit to listening as if your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. What you're about to discover can pull you out of the deepest financial hole, rebuild your self-worth, and teach you how to make peace with money, even if today everything feels impossible. You might find yourself at rock bottom right now. But what I'm about to share has transformed countless lives, including my own. Picture a man, a father, weary from the struggle, suffocated by debt, waking each day with the fear of not being able to put food on the table. Perhaps this scenario resonates with you. Perhaps you're there now, with mounting bills, accusatory glances within your own home, and the overwhelming feeling of failure. But today, you'll hear something that has the power to turn things around. Not overnight, but from decision to action. Dr. Musk, one of the most influential figures of our time, revealed something that most people have never heard. And no, it's not about technology, rockets, or electric cars. It's about the mindset of wealth creation, something he learned even before becoming a billionaire. He once said, "You can fail at something you hate, so why not try doing something you love?" That statement profoundly impacted me. Most of us have been trained to survive, not to thrive. From an early age, we're told that the important thing is to have a job, pay the bills, and not dream too big. But Dr. Musk did the opposite. He aimed for the stars, literally, and said, "If everything goes wrong, I still learn." Here's the first major lesson. To build wealth, you must accept failure as part of the journey. You can't be afraid to make mistakes. The real fear should be remaining poor. Financial poverty often begins with a poverty of vision. People in debt usually don't have a plan, just desperation. And this is precisely where Dr. Musk's strategy changes the game. He always had a clear vision, even when he had no money. When he founded his first company, he slept on the floor, worked 20 hours a day, but he saw what no one else did. The question is, what are you seeing in your life now? A dead end or a turning point? If you think it's too late, or that you've tried everything, let me tell you something real. It's not your age that limits you. It's doubt. Dr. Musk has faced crises, losses, and public humiliations, but he always returned with one question in mind: what's the next step, even if everything is falling apart? This mindset of moving forward, even amidst chaos, is what separates those who prosper from those who remain stuck. Now think with me. How many wrong decisions have you made out of impulse, fear, or pressure? How many times have you remained silent when you should have learned? Here's a simple yet powerful analogy. The mind is like a GPS. If you input the wrong destination, speeding up won't help. You'll just arrive at the wrong place faster. And that's what most people are doing, living on autopilot, accelerating towards frustration. But you can stop now and recalculate your route. One of Dr. Musk's strongest habits is his obsession with learning. While most people watch soap operas or vent on WhatsApp, he devours books, studies patterns, questions everything. You don't need to be a genius to do this. Just discipline. If you decide today to study 1 hour a day about finances, investments, or digital skills, in 6 months, you'll be years ahead of those still complaining about life. Here's the most profound point of this script. Money doesn't solve everything, but the lack of it destroys precious things. I've seen marriages end due to debt. Parents lose connection with their children because of financial stress. I've seen people fall into depression because they couldn't get out of the rut. And perhaps you're experiencing all of this. But me tell you clearly, you are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to do now. Dr. Musk shared that in the beginning, he did what no one wanted to do. He cleaned, sold, programmed, carried loads, and still studied at night. While they sleep, I build. While they complain, I learn. That phrase became a motto. Perhaps you're tired, exhausted, seeing no way out. But if you take one step, just one, today, tomorrow will already be different. Ordinary people wait for motivation. People who succeed create act. If you want to get out of debt, protect your family, and build freedom, you need to understand one thing. Wealth is the result of invisible habit. No one sees when you wake up earlier, study while others watch series, or save while everyone else flaunts. But one day, all of this turns into visible result. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, your life is hard because you're being prepared for something, that perhaps these debts, this pressure, this fear are shaping your strength? It's like iron that goes through fire before becoming a... Without fire, it remains a useless piece. With fire, it becomes a powerful weapon. And don't think I'm saying this romantically. I know what it's like to see your name on the credit blacklist. I know what it's like to pretend everything is fine so your children don't notice. But I also know what it's like to turn things around. I know what it's like to go to bed hungry and wake up with faith. And I know that if you've made it this far, there's something inside you that still believes. Hold on to that. Dr. Musk said, if you want to change the world, start by solving a problem no one wants to solve. And I ask you, what problem can you solve today? It might be small, helping someone, selling something you know how to do, studying a new market. The important thing is to start. You don't need to wait for life to improve to act. You need to act for life to improve. What's in your hands today might seem little, but in the right hands, and with the right habits, it transforms into freedom. It's not about getting rich overnight, but about building something that lasts, that protects your children, that restores your peace. If you felt this video spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's suffering in silence. Show it to a friend who needs hope. And above all, commit to yourself. You deserve to get out of this, and you will. Imagine your children looking at you not with pity, but with pride. Not because you gave them everything, but because you taught them resilience. Dr. Musk once said, persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. Let this be your mantra. Let your actions today be the foundation of your family's legacy. Every financial decision you make sends a message to your subconscious. When you choose to save, invest, or learn, you're telling yourself, I am in control. Dr. Musk didn't wait for the perfect moment. He created it. Start small. The compound effect of consistent. Dr. Musk always says, if something is important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. And what could be more important than your family, than giving a dignified life to the people you love, than escaping financial struggle and finally breathing a sigh of relief at the end of the month? Maybe you won't achieve everything in a month, but in a year of focus, you won't even recognize yourself. Debt becomes a lesson. Scarcity turns into a story, and fear becomes a memory. There's no transformation without sacrifice, but every sacrifice made with purpose becomes a reward. Now imagine 5 years from now, your children, grown up, looking at you with pride, not because of the car you drive, but because of the courage you had not to give up when everything seemed lost. They'll remember the father or mother who fought, who studied, who reinvented themselves, who sold cakes, who cut back on expenses, who slept little, but never ran away from responsibility. True wealth begins here, in your example, in your character, in the love that fights. The most powerful inheritance you can leave isn't in the bank. It's in the look of admiration your children will have when they see you. Be brutally honest with yourself. How much longer will you accept living like this? How much longer will you blame others? Wait for a pay rise. Rely on luck. Dr. Musk doesn't wait. He creates. And you can create a new chapter of your life too. Start small. Sort out your finances. Cut excess. Seek knowledge. Monetize what you already know. Stop consuming content. Start applying it. You don't need an MBA. You need action. Those who act transform. Those who wait merely watch. And you were born to be the main character, not an extra. And even though it may seem difficult, never underestimate the power of a radical decision. Dr. Musk sold everything he had to invest in his dreams. You may only need to sell a few excuses. Swap soap operas for an online course. Swap fear for a try. Swap shame for action. Wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about stopping the waste. It's about giving new value to your time, your choices, and your opportunities. Today you can plant a seed. It may seem small, but soon enough, it becomes a tree, and shade, and fruit, and legacy. It all starts today. Subscribe to the channel now, because here is a space for real transformation. Without magical promises, just truth, practical tools, and faith in your turnaround. You're not alone in this. Your new story begins today.